What's up, Keep Pounding Nation? We're back today with another video. Keep pounding! Today's topic is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you like the video, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so, and let's dive on in. So the Buccaneers have come to Charlotte, and we are fresh off our first loss from them in week 2. So, what's going to happen here? Well, first thing that's going to happen is both of these teams are angry. They both lost. So, and if you know Tom Brady like I know Tom Brady, he's going to come with everything in the kitchen sink. That's just who Tom Brady is. You're going to see Gronk get a couple more catches as well. You're going to see Mike Evans get some catches. So we want to put some people on them, as usual. So, how is our offense going to do in that one quarter where we always put up a goose egg? That's my topic for this video. That's the real topic. Because if you look at every single game except for the Chargers game, we put up a goose egg. And I started looking at the rerun of that Chiefs game, specifically the third quarter. And you know what I noticed? 110 to 117 total yards of offense allowed by our defense. But look at our offense. 30 total yards. 30. Does that make you question what our offense is doing? Or does that make you question our mentality? For me, it makes me question our mentality because we're going into these games, and I'll bet you every single one of these quarters that we go goose egg in, it's the mentality of, oh, well, we'll just get those points in the fourth quarter. It's the laissez-faire attitude, and that ain't gonna cut it anymore. You know what we did right in 15 that we didn't do now? We had the attitude that every play mattered, every second mattered. Now, you can't have that for the entire game. Of course, you're going to have situations where you're going to play lazy, you're going to screw up, you're going to be out of position. It happens. You're going to have a penalty. It happens. Don't let it get out of control. Focusing on the fundamental things is great. Focusing on our progress is great. But don't forget the scoreboard. Because the scoreboard determines the wins and loss. At the end of the day, what that number shows up there is what we end up with in the win and loss column. Don't forget about that. But I like the mentality. I like the thought process that we have. I like everything that we're doing. And it makes sense that we should focus on these processes. And it makes sense that we should focus on ourselves first and then the opponent. Now, I can't name a coach out there that thinks that way besides Matt Rule right at the moment. So maybe Andy Reid, but looking at that, we just got to be better. We got to be better. We got to cut down on these penalties. And Matt Rule said it in his pressers. Matt Rule said it in the pressers this week. All you need to know, if you pay attention to what he says. A lot of people gloss over those because the press asks stupid questions or they're just not informed. But ours asked some pretty decent questions in the past 6 or 7 weeks here. Let's be fair. They have. Now, they have asked their fair share of a few dumb ones, too, but, I mean, I've broken down those pressers in my live streams on the Keep Pounding Facebook page. So if you'd like to check that out, uh, you know, go look for the same name on here. Keep Pounding in all capital letters. Uh, that being said, Tampa Bay looked horrible against the Saints last week. But we can't take for granted that that's going to be the same Bucks team that we play this week. So, we have to assume that this is the same Bucks team that we lost to in week 2, except that they've made improvements since last time. So, keeping that in mind, it's going to be a very interesting and rough game. But how are we going to get those last few points that we need to win the game? That's the question I've got for this coaching staff. How are we going to do it? Are we going to change our mentality, or are we going to stay where we're at? Progress. 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 That's the name of the game. You can't stay where you are. You can't. Consistency is key. So, that being said, let's keep doing what we're doing right. Let's fix what we're doing wrong. Let's play with heart like we did last week. And let's keep pounding.